Alright, welcome back to the channel everybody. Welcome back to Myron Disc Golf. We're out at Oaks again. I have the first 6 holes in another video. Check that out if you haven't seen it yet. We're gonna do another 6 holes. This is just an introduction to the course. This course is where I play a lot and you'll be seeing it a lot in the near future. So let's get into it. Alright, before we get into it, I'm gonna do a quick warm-up and I'm gonna film it. So here we go. So that's a good way to get the arms warmed up before you even start throwing. Now, I like to get the hips and the lower legs warmed up a little bit. All right, now we're gonna do a couple throws and some putts, and then we'll be ready. Okay, we're just gonna take 2 more warm-up drives, then we'll be ready to go. Okay, we're gonna start off right here. Hole 7, we're playing 6 holes. If you didn't catch the first 6 holes, you're just gonna have to take my word. We got 3 birdies, 0 bogeys, so we're 3 down. It's a new day, but we're sticking with the same score. Throwing construct. This is a par 4. Mainly just want to land in a good spot. There's this big giant cavern, no, crater.
Gulch?
Gulch. It's OB, so the disc is going to be over OB most of the time and hopefully finish just where it gets back to flat, and then you'll be able to see the basket from up there. That's a pretty good spot.
So what's one thing about this hole that you just absolutely love?
Well, first of all, the tee shot's crazy. There aren't a lot of holes where you're throwing across a small strip with OB on one side, and you just have to get far enough out to the opening, so that's the fun part. And another thing is this approach shot is super fun. Depending on where you land, you sometimes have to get a little creative, but the basket's up there and there are a lot of ways to get up there, and hopefully I'll show you one of them. All right, here we are. Pretty good drive. We are a little bit to the right, which puts these trees kind of right in the line. So my options are to throw like an Annie that gets in right there, or you can always go for the big hyzer. We're gonna go for the hyzer, why not? All right, I think it's a good time for the pyro. Put it way up there, let it crash down. All right, so I heard it crash the trees. It probably means that it's a little bit right, but the distance and the line was decent. Come on. Okay, come find the disc with me. It's fun. So the basket's there. I'm hoping I hit the trees here and dropped. Let's see. Oh, it's over here. Are you still filming? Okay. That was actually a great shot. Right here. Pyro. Must have hit this tree and kind of filtered down. And we've got ourselves a birdie putt. Gonna flip it. First real putt of the day.
Light work.
All right, hole 8. This one is a tough one. Says it's 276 feet. Obviously, heavily wooded fairway. Not a lot of lines to take. That's why I learned from some of the locals here. Roller is a decent play. I just take this Firebird, try to put it right down the middle, and it's skinnier going this way than it is that way. I think it has better chances of making it all the way through. Oh. Okay, so that wasn't great. Caught some early trees. Gonna be able to save the par, I think.
Ooh.
Here we are, about a little less than halfway down the fairway, I think. We have a couple options. We could go this way, or we could go this way. I think the flick's a little easier here. We're gonna go Berg flick. All right, it's kind of running it. Caught some trees on the left side. We're gonna have a long putt. Okay, here we are. This tree is kind of right in the way of the standing putt, but it's pretty open to lean out like this. 25 feet maybe from the knee. Let's see if we can drain it. Ah, almost got it. Clean up the 4. That's a tough hole. It's possible to birdie. It's easier to par, and the bogey can come into play quickly. Okay, after that bogey, that puts us back to even on the video. 3 down for the course. This is hole 9. This pin location is 340 feet. Pretty significantly downhill. Feels like a headwind. Again, the big crater comes into play on the right side of the fairway. So that's something to think about. I like to take something kind of stable, which is this Volt right now. Keep it low, kind of straight at the basket, and trust it to fade away from the out of bounds. Uh-oh, it's going OB. That's OB. So, no one likes to be in this position. You took a bogey and you throw OB on the next hole. This is when the mental game comes into play. It's a huge part of disc golf. You just gotta keep at it, don't let it bring you down, and take the bogey if you have to, save the par if you can, and forget about what happened. So here we go. So I think this is about where I went out of bounds. Gonna take it from right here. We'll see if we can give it a little run. That was a little run. All right, cleaning up the 4. There we go. Here we are, hole 10, 312 feet. You might be able to see it peeking through the trees there, but the line most taken usually is a big hyzer. Depending on which way the wind's going, that's probably the biggest factor here. I like to go Firebird, just put it out with a little bit of hyzer or almost flat and just let it do the work. So here we go, let's get a bounce back birdie. Oh, heard trees, which is usually not a good thing on this hole, but we might still have a look at the basket. So here we are. I did carry a little long and hit these trees. Put me, looks like the edge of circle about. I'll have a little lean out look. Oh, just low. it looked good, but didn't give it quite enough. All right, almost had that birdie putt, but we had to tap in for a 3. It's not the worst thing, which brings us to hole 11. This one, got to break out the destroyer because it's kind of far. 408 feet. There are 2 main lines. One is a big hyzer, and the other is, I guess it could be a big forehand, or the turnover on the left side. And I'll show you the basket in a second here. Here's the hole, left side, over this field, hyzer line to the right of those trees and above the big bushes. I like to go hyzer at least when there's no wind here. Here we go, destroyer. Okay, fade. Nah, that looked pretty good. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is just me or if this is relatable to all disc golfers, but as someone who thinks about disc golf a lot of the time, I seem to have a lot of disc golf dreams. And I'd say the main one I have is where I'm just playing around. Usually I feel like I dream about the competitive rounds and it is just not working out. I'm shanking my drives everywhere. Putts aren't going in. I just can't figure out what it is. More of a nightmare than a dream, really. But the other one I have is, of course, being late to a tournament. I feel like it's my worst fear and it'll never happen. Anyway, here we are. We found the destroyer. About pin high, 35 feet to the right. Let's try to make this. Here we go. Slightly uphill, so I'm gonna make sure to put it a tiny bit higher than usual. Not gonna leave this one short. Second one's that way. Yeah. You know, having the course on a campus has its upsides and its downsides. One of the downsides is the wandering, lost students. All right, let's make this comebacker. Solid. All right, hole 12. Forget the score. I think we're 1 over for the video. If we can get a birdie, it would be nice to finish on even for this video. This is a hole 12. It's about 300 feet that way. Hyzer's open, flick's open, straight up the middle's open. I'm gonna go kind of a combination of hyzer and up the middle with a gator. Actually, since the sky is so white today, I'm gonna use a darker disc. So we could go pyro or reactor. I like the reactor. Through the middle, here we go. Way too high. Oh, okay. Last putt of the video. Let's get back to even. Oh, thought I had it. All right, now we need this to stay 1 over. Okay, there we go. That wraps up this video. Thanks again for watching. I'll be coming soon with the last 6 holes or the last 7. Also got some good video ideas coming, so you'll be seeing those shortly. And hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Peace.